Okay, are we live?
Yep.
Alrighty, welcome everybody to the first quarterfinals here as we are getting underway. We get fourth seed Luck of the Draw versus fifth seed Natural Big, or is it Natural Big Boys Club or Neutral Big Boys Club? It's the Big Boys Club though, in general. They're big anyways. My name is Nikolai Shoutcasting, and co-host with me is the ever so lovely and wonderful Intensify.
Oh, thank you.
I know. Flattering comments all around. As we're going to get into the first of two quarterfinals, as our second one will be played tomorrow. But this one pits two strong bot laners against each other in a scenario where both teams have they have an identity, but Luck of the Draw just seems to have some hiccups here and there. We saw it in their last game against Mailbox's Angels and against OTS during the regular season. And for NBBC, they've kind of been all over the place.
Yeah, I'd say for the most part, Luck of the Draw is looking like a stronger team than NBBC. Obviously, they're a higher seed, but both teams aren't without hiccups. NBBC kind of started off the season extremely strong, going 5-0, and then lost the next 4 games, which should mean that they're on a downswing and that they're probably not looking to be the favorites of this game. But we'll see if there's some kind of upset here or something we're missing out on.
Yeah, well, it's been a few weeks because we did have All-Star weeks too last week, so we've been kind of a little bit, behind in terms of seeing these teams play. And this is going to be the first playoff series where we're going to be on 11.3, so no more strong junglers. We're going to be seeing definitely a lot more team fight oriented from what the meta has been shifting. Is there any picks in particular for any role that you see possibly coming out today?
Yeah, honestly, probably my most anticipated picks are probably Udyr in the jungle and Seraphine either in mid, bot, or support. I think those are probably two of the most OP champs right now. Obviously in jungle role we probably have like Graves and Hecarim as well. That's all that comes to mind right now. I would like to see like an Ivern, but I know we see Matt Red play it once. But who knows if it's going to be pulled out here or not.
And it wasn't the strongest because I believe that was actually against my team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it wasn't the strongest because they did try to play that protect Gankum comp with the Ivern, but it just didn't go according to plan. But this is going to be the interesting matchup because we have like we mentioned a little bit earlier, a strong bot lanes across the board with Zero Kills and Star Queen Asuna versus Gankum and Shio Poison. And most people will probably look at the matchup and think that it's Gankum favored, and but Zero Kills still has an opportunity to kind of come alive too. It's just what's kind of been his problem, or not, I wouldn't want to say problem, but what's been kind of the main issue for Zero Kills.
Yeah, as we start draft here, we can talk on that situation. Zero Kills was definitely, I wouldn't say coin flip because he's a strong player, but I think since he controls draft, he kind of has a interesting way of looking at the game that, in my opinion, probably isn't the strongest for AD carries right now. And I think that's one reason why it looks like he's been hurting some games.
Right, as we do see the Seraphine and the Darius banned for Luck of the Draw, and the Hecarim and the Vayne gets banned out too. That's not really a Gankum champion though with the Vayne, but they're wanting to ban it out anyways, possibly because Zero Kills
I
don't
mean,
want to
it's
play
an
against it.
anti-tank killer. Maybe they want to play tanks.
Definitely too, but the Lucian does get banned, and the Rammus, interesting ban on red side, so that might be a
Guess they
niche
know something
pick
we
that
don't
they
know.
thought. Yeah, they might have been scouting out, and as the Samira will be hovered.
Interesting to note, Thresh and Blitzcrank are up for Luck of the Draw.
Yeah,
And those are both Ashura Poison's mains.
definitely too. As we see the Olaf Alistar here. So they're already countering the Samira with some heavy form of CC and great damage across the board already with the first two picks for NBBC.
Yeah, that's exactly what you have to do into a Samira pick, is just be beefy to survive her ult. And I like the Vayne pick in accordance to these two beefy picks.
Yeah, I want to see what is going to be picked up here. So Seth is now hovered and locked in too, so that could be a support set or top lane set, but a lot of good flex pick there as we will get our last pick of the first round for luck of the draw here.
Yeah, and honestly, I've never really been a great big proponent of Set in any role. I think his best role probably is support right now, so I would kind of assume that I would go there. But of
Yeah, the
course, it
Lilia
is
gets
a
locked in.
flex pick.
The Lilia does get locked in too, so you still have a flex pick that could be lane Lilia. We have seen it in solo queue and actually professional play too. So this is going to be an interesting pick as if Tristana gets locked in.
Wow, that's a aggressive bot lane. They're really going all in on that.
Yeah, that level 2 and level 3 are going to be really dangerous if Dankum doesn't play right, as the Diana does get banned away from Integrate.
And I would like to probably see also a Vel'Koz ban coming out of NBBC, just to further uh, reduce the pool of Integrate. Twisted Fate being banned, I think it's a decent ban. It definitely stops them from engaging bot lane to make it a 4v2 out of nowhere. And the Volibear ban, which is another good ban because that's pretty much what Axebane's solely played this season, other than I think Renekton. Shenbane's interesting. Like I said, it kind of seems like they just want to stop some kind of global comp to stop bot lane from getting super far ahead.
Definitely too, but remember, because top and mid still have to be picked up here, and we still don't know where the set is going. We're on the assumption as the Orion, so they're counter picking top side for this game, which is interesting because normally red side is better for mid counter pick, but the Oriana gets locked in early. But that synergizes so well with Olaf and Alistar. I mean, Oriana is such a better champion for the Olaf with the dissonance and the command protect.
Absolutely, I love the Oriana pickup here. I think it's very strong.
Now, what does luck of the draw pick here with 5 seconds left in the draft as they're going to be hovering and picking the Echo? So a bit of a dive comp. They do have the set then the Echo that can run in, and the Samira and Lilia can follow up after that too. But they have good disengage and tanks from the side of NBBC as well with the Alstars, who can at least knock one of them away, but can't knock out the Seth.
Mm-hmm. And I do like the heavier AP into the Olaf pick because generally you don't see Olafs get any magic resist other than Merc Treads until they get Spirit Visage, usually third or fourth item.
Yeah,
So I do think that they do have the option to blow him up here.
But the Renekton does get locked in as the last pick, so it is going to be the support set. Low range composition from Luck of the Draw too, but if as the Gangplank is hovered, are they going to go for it? Yes, they will. So that's going to be the Gangplank top lane. Rather interesting pick there. Now, it does fit with the global that you mentioned earlier when they did ban the Shen, trying to snowball 0 kills here in this bot lane. But so far, Luck of the Draw have a very good skirmish composition that can snowball the mid game early. But if this gets to the late game, NBBC definitely can run away with this one, especially because Tristana late game 4 or 5 items, you're knocking down those turrets and Baron pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think one thing we have to think about though from Luck of the Draw's late game is if Echo gets there, he can definitely one-shot people. He can delete Oriana, Gangplank, Tristana.
And that's if the Tristana doesn't itemize correctly too. She doesn't go for shield buff, for example. She'll just get popped.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting going into this game, as it looks like they are readying up.
Now, as we're going to be loading into the draft, I mean, the big question here too is like, where do you go if you're the junglers here? Because for both Conqueror will be running the Olaf against Matt Red. So where does Conquer have to go to win the game for NBBC, and where does Matt Red have to do to help win the game from the jungle position?
I would like to see Matt Red try to get this Renekton very far ahead of Gangplank. I think that is a matchup that Renekton should be ahead in. So I'm probably looking to see Lilia start at her red buff, full clear into topside gank. Whereas Olaf, I would probably see them do split map. Not split map, sorry. He would also start red buff and probably work down towards bot lane, try to make bot lane plays. Probably dives onto a Samira and set.
Definitely too, as it was really interesting to see. There's no Kaisa, because these two players for both Denkim and Zero Kills are generally Kaisa players.
Yeah.
But Kaisa fell through the draft and no pickups, despite kind of being the strongest AD carry in the meta. So is this just? I'm wondering why they didn't pick it, knowing that it's so powerful in the early game too. And relatively speaking, if they are playing a bot centric style, why wouldn't you pick up a Kaisa? But they
Well,
must know. They must
I
know
think
something that we might not know.
I think if you're luck of the draw, you're saying we just first pick Samira here and win bot lane. And I think if you're NBC here, you're saying okay, they picked Samira, we just want to pick tanks, and then outrange her, get her out of the fight. And I don't think Kai'Sa really does what she normally would do into this luck of the draw team. I think that she would have a pretty hard time actually getting around in these fights because it's a heavy skirmish style and there's no front to back happening. Um, Sorry, I sounded a little confusing there. I think that with Echo and Renekton and Lilia, there's going to be so much mobility on Luck of the Draw that if she gets onto Samira at all, they're just going to run her down, and she won't be able to do it. Normally, you'd want to do it on Kaisa.
Yeah, because you have the Echo running around, you have Lilia running at Mach 7 speed, and then you have the Renekton kind of being able to flank too. But the Tristana does give her Zero Kills the ability to reset in the fights too.
Mm-hmm.
Even just getting an assist just gets that full reset too. But I'm really worried about the set and the Alistar, and the only reason is because if this Alistar gets relatively tanky, Seth can just ult that backline because you can't Buster Shot the set when he's pulling off his ultimate. So that's going to be the scary thing that I think is going to be key for Luck of the Draw. Is going to be Shiro T on this set.
Yeah,
And
so that's a good point. My follow-up to that would be if Set's going in deep on the Alistar into the backline, think about what NBBC has to deflect that. They have an Ori ball in the middle, they have Gangplank ult, and they have Gangplank barrels, plus an Olaf standing there, right? So it's going to
right.
be really hard to see a Lilia, an Echo, and a Renekton just run through all of that onto a Tristana who's rocket jumping away. Um,
And
so in teamfight wise, like as long as everyone plays it correctly, I actually do favor NBBC here, just slightly.
But that's assuming like your win con is Matt Red doesn't go up top side and get Axbane ahead on the Renekton. That's on the assumption.
Well, like I said, the win con for Luck of the Draw is that, I think, is Lilia and Renekton getting ahead. The win con for NBC, I think, is Gangplank scaling and getting bot lane ahead. I don't think mid lane really matters so much. It's just, I'm really hoping to see Echo and Orianna both take TP here. Because I do think it's important to match TPs throughout this game so that one team doesn't get further ahead than the other. I do not think there will be very many solo kills in mid lane at all this game.
Definitely, as we will be going into a short break as we are 2 minutes away from on spectator delay, so we will be back shortly following a pause. they play it wrong, they could lose the 2v2 because. Okay. And we're going to be loading up onto Summoner's Rift. Very interesting to see the Alistar running Exhaust in the bot lane with the phase rush as well too. So there'll be no ignite this game.
Yeah, which is really interesting considering I thought that they would want to kill bot lane, but it looks like they're probably looking to play a little bit more defensive and scale up.
And they do have a lot of slows already too. I mean, you have the Orianna with the command incidents with the W. You have the Olaf. You have the barrels on GP. If zero kills goes for the Storm Razor, he'll have a auto slow at 100 stacks. So it's very interesting to see unless that's just to reduce the damage coming out from the Samira, which I think is relatively a
Yeah.
smart choice.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's either for that or the Echo. Like, it definitely will save someone at some point this game, probably.
Yeah, and that's going to be the definite thing, as we're going to be seeing just a standard 5-point start across the board.
Yep. I do like this ward out of Conquer in the top side. It's close to the Raptor Pit, so that you can see if they invade, but it's not too far out. So if you had a Oracle lens, you can see it. It's a pretty smart
Definitely.
ward.
They do have the blue ward over in the river, but I don't think it spotted out the red ward, as we're going to be getting into the early parts of the laning phase.
Yep.
Standard items across the board too. We do see Olaf running the Ember Knife with Lilia with the Hail Blade. Both mid laners will be taking Corrupting Potions. Minion Dematerializer though for the Echo.
Yeah, I think that's pretty standard, honestly. Lets them clear the backline pretty easily. I would have liked to see the Chilling Knife out of Conquer. I think the Ember Knife is kind of greedy. Chilling Knife gets you on top of people. I actually can't remember what it's called, but I'm just going to call it Chilling Knife.
I think it's the Hail Blade. Hold on.
Hailblade, yeah, that sounds
Hail Blade.
correct.
Yeah, the Hail Blade. As we're gonna see, okay, so the GP is running Grasp of the Undying as he gets an early proc too. Already 2 procs of it too, so he's gonna scale up a little bit on the nicer side. Early trading by the Oriannas. We do get our first level 2s as Seth does miss the stun.
Yeah. And what we're gonna see in this top lane is fighting and Gangplank probably slow pushing into Renekton here, but he's going to get.
Oh, but the potion does get popped too when he is getting stacks on it. Does have 2 stacks of the Corrupting Potion though, as he gets the barrel combo off, but the Renekton with the Dorn Shield should be fine in lane.
We do see the Lilia did skip her wolves, which means that she could be top quicker than Olaf. And looks like she is going straight up here.
Oh, he didn't get the stun off. He does have the orange though, so he's not going to be in too much of a danger too, as we did see the miss on the Krugs. Almost, but you were talking about the Lilia is going to be on the top side too. Does have flash, so Complex can get out of it if needed too. Oh, beautiful pop with the orange though, so he's able to get out of that alive. Lane will be pushing in, but they may not look to dive this early. Olaf is topside, so that would be pretty risky, as the Seth is going to be moving up too. Here comes the Echo, as the base rush will get popped too. The flash does have to come out for the Orianna, so Kitaro already has to flash.
Yeah, it's interesting that Conquer without top pressure decides to still mess around with this top scuttle.
The teleport is going to come out also from Complex. He saw the 4 to level 3, but he got the trial by fire. And here comes Conqueror already, too. Does get 1 slow in the axe, too. That might be the flash out. Yes, the flash will be going down. Conqueror will get first blood here in playoffs.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure what Axebane was thinking there at that teleport. He knows Olaf was still up there.
He didn't teleport. That was Complex's teleport, but he kind of just stayed around.
All right. Yeah, that was greedy, but Olaf does lose the double scuttle, which isn't a big deal when you're getting the first blood here.
Yeah, it does get the Iron Spike whip, and we did see a little bit of a cheater recall with the Samira, as the teleport does get used top lane. But the longsword advantage with the control ward. But Tristana isn't too worried. I think once she gets Noon Quiver, she'll be able to trade a little bit more effectively too, as we see some trading going on. CS lead in the mid and bot lane. Small leads all across the board. This is Gangplank. with the assist money too, I'm assuming he'll be going for an early Sheen if Complex does have the gold for it, which he nearly does. He's about 30 gold away, but he, but the gold lead is going to be substantially different if the GP does get slightly ahead, especially with his parlay getting all that free gold from his Q procs.
Now, if you look down in bot river, we might see another roam by set, as the Orianna will probably TP into mid, and she is flashless. So I would like to see them try to do something on the Orianna when she gets a little bit lower once Echo backs.
Yeah. Generally, this is a rather interesting scene to see the GP, despite being 5 CS behind, is forcing so much pressure on this Renekton pick. So they saved a counter pick for Complex, and despite the slight early push, oh, doesn't get the double barrel, but he's pulling out the double barrel, does have the ultimate now.
Yeah, and Renekton going in, this is actually dangerous for Renekton.
Oh, he did get the heal though from the Q, so he's fine.
And
Just
Olaf is up here hovering.
Oh, if he pushes up one more time, he could go down too. He does not have the ultimate yet too, but Gangplank does, and he's going to be popping the ultimate pretty early too. Renekton could be going down. No! Oh, but the trial by fire! That's putting him back to base, and it's going to be 2-0 for NBBC.
And you gotta, I mean, if I was Axebane's teammate right now, I would be asking myself, okay, are you warded? You have no flash. We don't know where Olaf is. Either be asking for jungle assistance for the camp, or be backing off because he's just getting caught out right now.
We do see the setback over here again. The stun won't land. But we talked about it a little bit in the early part of the stream that we thought they'd be focusing bot side of the map, but so far that hasn't been the case. They've been punishing Axebane on the top side, and he's already 0-2 despite being tied in CS. That's a GP with a 500 gold lead and an early Sheen, as they are going to be looking for Dragon here. They don't have the Gangplank ultimate, but they do get the Dragon anyway, so that's going to be Cloud Dragon, so that's plus 12 ultimate ability haste. And that's big for the Cannon Barrage for GP, especially if they do want to play around the bot side now.
Absolutely. And we do see the next dragon is going to be the Ocean Dragon.
Oh, that trial by fire. Look at that shouldn't be possible. Renekton is so well known for early bullying in melee matchups, but this GP coming out from Complex is just so, like...
It's oppressive. He's playing it really well.
Yeah, definitely too, and he's taking the trade really well. Ooh, nearly got the double barrel. I think he would have honestly flashed for it. And he still has his flash too. Like, even after the gank from Lilia, he still saved the flash. And Renekton does have the ultimate though, so he should be fine.
Yep. Now, I would like to see Complex just keep up the pressure in the top lane as he whittles down Axebane's health bar, forcing him to back and lose at wave. I'm really interested that there's zero action happening in this bot lane.
Yeah, they just been kind of playing a little bit safer too. Oh, that was a good combo with the barrels too.
Yeah.
Complex is so far playing this lane really well too. 400 health left. Does have the Doran shield, so he won't take as much damage. But right now, there's just so much warding too, as the Alistar will be going in on the combo. Remember, the Samira is level 6 and so in Tristana. But the Samira will be going in too. There goes the exhaust down too. The heal is also flashed. There is a heal. Oh, and that's going to be the kill for Damar in the bot lane too, and they're going to be able to survive. Set is not level 6. He could be playing this around, and Integrate will be flashing in, so that's going to be the first kill of the fight. Here comes Alistar with the Orianna ball, as they will be looking for the Seth here. Can they get the... Oh, they do get the Shockwave onto the Echo though, but not onto the Seth, so it's going to be a 1-for-1, but the kill does go over to Damar. Wow. But the trade also goes back over to Integrate too, as we're going to see the ultimate come out. Here comes the Cannon Barrage, and that's going to be a perfectly timed Orin. Oh, but that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade too. Olaf still can trade, as Complex will get the kill too. But can they out-trade? Will Conqueror go back against the Lilia? Maybe. Oh, he's going to be flashing. That's going to be a trade of flash for flash, and that's going to be a 1-for-1 on the top side. Shutdown does go over... No, there's no shutdown. So
Yeah, no shutdown.
yep. But a 1-for-1, so that's more gold to the Gangplank, who now has the Essence Reaver, has the Sheen, so he will be working on that Essence Reaver, and he's up 400 gold still on
Yeah.
the.
And
But I
honestly,
want
at this point, I would think that maybe they would use this Rift Herald top lane and try to get even more gold in this Gangplank's pocket.
yeah, the teleport was still down too, so. Oh, and here comes the sets. Does get the stun, but nothing more, nothing further, as Conqueror will be topside. Complex and Conqueror are all there. Renekton has no flash at all, no ultimate. He will be run down. Oh, but no. Oh, wait. Too many towers. Oh, good use of the orange. Oh, that was so close.
Wow, Axebane doing a great job getting away there.
And there goes the Alistar being CC'd a little bit too, but the Samira will be going back on it. Seth does have the ultimate, but doesn't use it too, and Samira will use hers. No,
We're seeing
so
great play out of Star Queen Asuna. I mean, this counter pick into the Samira is working out well.
Oh, so low. No cannon barrage though for Complex.
Or he may be looking for a solo kill here, pushing him off the wave at least.
Possibly. The Seth is already running back here. That's already 3 times GOT has been looking. Oh, but here comes. Oh my god, that was a flash parlay, and that's going to be an easy kill for Complex. 3-1-1 now. And here comes the Seth. Will the ultimate be used? Both Phase Rush are procced, but it should be fine as the Rift Herald is used topside. This should be first tower. That's more gold into the bank of the Gangplank, and
I mean, what excellent play we're seeing out of Complex and Conquer in this top lane. And you got to give respect to all of NBBC right now. They're playing very solid in the bot lane, not giving up kills so far.
oh, and the Alistar will be getting the knockup onto the Seth. The Seth will be ulting here. Oh, good flash though, but Shiroti does get the kill instead of Samira, as the Echo will use a teleport. So a small mistake.
Small mistake, yep.
But when you have a top side that is almost 1,700 gold ahead, I don't think you can manage or care about it. Oh my god, but Conqueror and Zero Kills just get the kill on that easily as the Ragnarok does get popped though. Both ultimates are down for the Olaf and for the Lilith too. Here comes the Shockwave. Kitaro gets the kill. Integrate could not ult as Complex will be getting on a killing spree, and Zero Kills gets the kill in return. So that's already 3 kills in this extended team fight, and that's going to be Ocean Dragon.
Wow, and that's the big first win of the fight, or of the game so far for NBBC. I mean, just beautiful play out of him.
Flash out of Kitaro, had to get it as the dominance was popped. But what a weird fight. They took that fight after knowing that they were going to lose it.
Yeah, honestly, I think that was Shiro maybe just thinking that they were stronger than they really are. I mean, no one on Luck of the Draw's team so far has any finished mythics, whereas we see a Gore Drinker Conqueror already. And, I mean, just a mistake from them.
We do shield a shield bow coming from the Samir, but she did not have it that fight. And this is just an interesting match across the board. 4-1-3 top lane. I mean, he's already got almost a 2k gold lead on Axebane. You have a 2-0-5 with the Gore Drinker on Olaf. You have Kitaro, who's been ganked on multiple occasions, like 3 or 4 times already from this set, and is still 1-0-2 with a 30 CS lead. And 0 kills already with the
Gale Force.
Thank you. I don't know why my brain just relapsed right there. But with the Gale Force and already a gold bounty is behind by 10 CS, but I think he'd rather take the fact that, you know, he's already got a slight gold lead, already has the boots and an extra dagger as well too. So he has a little bit more power in comparison. And I want to talk about a little bit about the last fight. Integray had ultimate. He did have the Chrono Break, but didn't use it at all. But the Seth will be ulting in. And that's kind of, oh, here comes the Shockwave. A little bit greedy, but everybody's going to be going in out to Kitaro. But he will be burning and he will finally go down. So that's the first death of the game for Kitaro, as they wasted a lot on that, actually. Shiro T just is trying to get Integray ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it a waste. They finally made that play happen. They got the kill on the Orianna. It's just, what can you get off of it? And At this
Yeah.
point, I mean, the only thing that they can get out of it is a couple waves mid. But
Bit
regardless, you know, they're trying to look for plays and come back into this game, and they're doing an okay job at it.
bit times the charm though, as Alistar will be holding the mid lane. It is a little bit lower on the 25% side. And Zero Kills is playing a little bit back. Knows that he does not have any help on that bot side of the map, so will be playing it a little bit safe. But that mid tower is still fine. I don't think NBBC is going to be too worried about that, as we are now eclipsing a little bit past the 15-minute mark, and it's a 4K gold lead in favor of NBBC here. As
Yeah. Now here, I would have liked to see the bot lane of NBBC actually off the reset go to Rift Herald or mid lane to secure that Rift Herald. Instead they're going back to bot lane and resetting. I'm not entirely sure. I guess Tristana's just getting boots, but they might
definitely,
lose this Rift Herald.
we
In
do
that
see
case,
Dankum on that top side though, and they're already roaming back up. And we did see that Zero Kills did reset for the Berserker Grave, so he will be coming up a little bit early too. But this Rift Herald will be starting. They're going to be full on fighting. They do have the Cannon Barrage, so they do have to be careful here.
absolutely.
Here comes Olaf. But they do not have the Tristana yet. And here comes... Oh, what a two-man shockwave going. So that Cannon Barrage will be going down on top of it, too. Nobody has died yet. As Kitaro finally goes down. Here comes the Samira. We'll have to pop the heal. The shutdown does go over to the Lilia, but Zero Kills does get the kill back over to Integrate. So right now it's a 2-for-1. Rift was taken
Yeah, stolen by
MVP.
Olaf.
Yeah. Oh, and that's going to be the Buster shot. Will it kill? No, it won't. The extra cloth armor actually helps, but they're collapsing down over too. Alistar will be getting the stun with the phase rush proc. Can he get anything else too? Olaf does miss the axe. Oh, Dank is gonna get the reset. He gets
my
a
God.
double kill. That is champion should not exist in the video game. A triple kill for Dankum, and they just clawed their way back.
That looked like it should have been absolutely disastrous for Luck of the Draw, and then Dang Kim says, look what I got. I got a shield on me, and I got some heals, and I'm just going to 1v2, or 2v4.
That axe missing, I think, kind of made it a little bit more difficult for them to kill Dankum on this Samira. 3-2 and 3 now with the Serrated Dirk. Does have the plated seal cap, so will be a little bit easier to defend herself against this Olaf, Tristana, and Gangplank, but wow, what a play though. As we're gonna be seeing the shield bow, it looks like, coming out from the GP. Like we actually kind of talked about it, because during the bombs, we were kind of talking about certain builds that are being popularized in 11.3, and it was the Essence Reaver into the shield bow, as Lilia will be caught out too. Zero Kills will be jumping in, and that's going to be the... Oh, no. Oh, wait. Oh, and that's going to be the old use after the stopwatch was popped, but nothing more, as the Olaf is just going to be running in. Here comes a Ragnarok, and oh my god, that's a shutdown already down, as the Gangplank will be run down, but Renekton does escape, does have the axe, will be slowed here too. Seth will be going as the Cannon Barrage does get pulled down too. Alistar is just going to be ceasing everything, as Kitara will get the second kill of this extended team fight. Echo's still pushing down mid, but that's Dragon up right now. And the tower does go down, so it's already 2 towers to 0.
This is an insane first game of the series, honestly. There keeps being action, and I keep wanting to praise both sides. You know, Luck of the Draw, even though they're behind, I still think that they're doing some right decisions. But yeah, but NBBC is just finding openings and absolutely making use of this Olaf pick wherever they can.
As we're going to get a temporary pause, it looks like there's a personal situation going on, so we'll be back shortly. Now, I want to kind of look over to a little bit of the gold lead while we're generally waiting here. Right now, the GP against the Renekton, 2,400 gold lead. On this top lane, 4-2 and 5. Do they keep playing around the GP instead of the bot lane like we initially thought? Because we thought this composition was going to be Complex playing on the weak side and just trying to snowball the Tristana to get ahead of Samira and the rest of Luck of the Draw. But it just kind of feels like it was the opposite.
I would say now that GP has this lead, he should be able to secure it if he's in a 1v1 situation. So if it were up to me, I would leave him in the side lane and try to make sure we're pressuring objectives elsewhere.
Does have 1,200 gold right now, so he does have enough gold to get that shield bow. because he
Yep.
does already have the Noon Quiver and the Vam Scepter too. As we do see Conqueror as well. I want to look at some of the itemization across the board too. The Gore Drinker was completed on top side, and I'm assuming the Shield Bow will be completed. Moonstone for the Lilia. And for Conqueror, though, does have the Gore Drinker, but kind of straight off a little bit with that Bramble Vest.
Hmm.
And that's a really interesting. Do you like the rush on the Bramble Vest, or would you have liked to see
Yeah,
the
I think it makes a lot of sense here with Lilia's Moonstone and then Gore Drinker, Renekton, and Samira obviously relying on heals a lot. I think it definitely makes a lot of sense here.
definitely too? This tier is still stacking on Oriana, almost done with this, so we'll be trying to farm up with that Seraph's Embrace to get the 2-item power spike. Is 3, 2, and 3 still ahead of the Echo, who does have the Rocket Belt and the Merc Treads, but we don't know what second item. What would you like to see here? Would you want him to go a little bit more defensive with maybe an Hourglass, or would you like to see him go offensive with maybe a Lich Bane here? If you're
Um, well, it depends really what they want to do as a team. If they want to send Echo into a side lane to try to match Oriana or create pressure, I would say go for the Lich Bane or the Nashor's Tooth. But if they're looking to team fight more, I would definitely like to see Azonia's. At this point, Renekton's behind, so I'm assuming that they want to team fight more. So honestly, it's probably going to be the Zonias out of Integrate.
definitely too, and Damar does have the longsword, so I'm wondering if he's also going to be rushing the Collector as well, which
Yeah.
I personally do not like in this situation, and the only reason why is because I would rather see it as like maybe a third item or so after Storm Razor. I think
Mhm.
Storm Razor into either Rapid Fire Kenton or IE is so much better. Just because Tristana generally already has so much damage coming out from the E procs and from just her overall scaling into the late game.
Yeah, we probably are going to see a Collector here. Interesting to note, the build path to Phantom Dancer was changed this game, and this actually could be a Phantom Dancer, although
That
seems
is true.
unlikely.
That is true. Double longsword into the Zeal now, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken.
So,
I'm not a fan of the change, like personally speaking. I like the original Phantom Dancer where it was still with the double dagger and like
mhm.
it gave you the benefits of being able to like proc the attack speed. I haven't seen if it still has kept the attack speed buff where
It
you get
has. It's just slightly lower. It went from 40% to 30%. But you only need 4 attacks to proc it instead of 5 now.
like okay. Oh, we're
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, that's fine. I need to get up.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go ahead and take a pause ourselves, so we will be right back after a short break. And we're back. We're back. So we are back. Situation was resolved as we're going to be going back. So we were talking a little bit about the AD carry, as Intensify had asked me about a Jin pick. And to answer that question, so
Yeah,
Jin
Jin
would have
instead
been,
of just Ana. Yeah.
Jin would have been fine because Jin is a longer range, can set up the team a little bit better with the CC as well too. And generally speaking, the build path I would have probably gone in that case would have been Gale Force into Storm Razor and then Rapid Fire Cannon. So kind of the same route, and then finish with IE third or fourth actually. And that's just because you want to be able to set up the team, as the Alistar will be stunned up a little bit too, as we're going to be back to fighting. A minute after the pause, and we're already fighting again. That's the beauty of these teams. And
We'll see the Rift Herald dropping.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of pressure mid. It's already at about 80% health right now, too, so this will definitely take it down a huge notch, too. 3-man sleep will be used by the Lilia, too, and not much, as we're going to be another team fight here. Integrate won't get the first kill of this extended team fight, too. Here comes Orianna, does have the Shockwave. We'll pop the Shockwave, and we'll get 2 on that extended fight. That's going to be 1 kill down. That's it. The Cannon Barrage is up. They didn't really have the full team there. 0 kills was back in base. But to kind of answer the question about the Jin pick, though, like, Jin, I think, is slightly stronger than Tristana up until 5-6 Silence. Because Tristana can position better with resets, whereas Jin is very mobile in terms of a front to back if he has a front line.
Yeah.
The issue with that comp and with NBBC's comp, for example, they have a lot of front to back, so he would have been fine. They have a lot of disengage, they have a lot of slows with the Orianna, the GP, and the axes coming out from Olaf. So in that situation, the Jin pick would have been really fine as well too. Yeah. But from talking with 0 kills outside, he doesn't like Jin, which is odd because there's not that many players who play Jin. For example, we're going to see the Renekton do stun up, but the Phase Rush will proc. Ooh, the Shockwave misses. Oh, that's a tilter.
Well, she does have blue buff, and, you know, it will come up in 90 seconds, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And it's interesting, because we talk about different niche picks for a lot of these bot lanes. Like, you can say, like, Ezreal was played by Yogiza that one game when he had to fill in as a substitute AD carry a few weeks ago. You know, even myself, you know, playing the Ashe, because Ashe isn't really picked. Ashe isn't really meta, but it's still picked and used to great success. So it really depends on the individual whether or not they're comfortable playing a certain champion. And Damar is one of the, or 0 kills, my bad. 0 kills is really one of the few that don't play Jin and will instead pick champions like the Senna, as the Renekton will pop the dominance. The Phase Rush will get popped. There is no ultimate for the Orianna, but should be fine as the Cannon Barrage does go down, and a Shockwave again. Oh, this could be the kill. The Renekton's flashing, but Kitara lives!
Oh my god, NBVC absolutely destroyed that interaction. Baiting out Axe.
Oh, but the sets will be going in too. They were standing on the pink ward. I don't know what they were doing as the Ragnarok does get popped too. Lilia will be flashing in. Could be the double ult. Ooh, but that's going to be the lock-up kill coming out too. Tristana's just caught in the middle as Dankin will be getting the return kill. 2 kills, and that just resets back and forth. Complex, what are you doing? Oh, that's going to be the flash by the Samira. Ooh, that's going to be no death, and Olaf will be taking up that little magic ball as the Orianna. Oh, that's going to be the flash from the set too. Can't get anything else out of it too. Complex will be killed as the dive on the tower. Echo does have the ultimate. We'll be able to pop out back alive. Oh, this is a fun game. Back and forth team fighting, and the Mountain Dragon will be respawning in 10 seconds roughly.
This game's getting juicy. Finally getting to the team fights that Luck of the Draw wants to see.
Yeah, 0 kills was just like standing happily ho-hum in the middle of it all, but this will be the first dragon of the game 4 luck of the draw, so not the end of the world for NBBC, but they're going to be a little bit frustrated that they lost the fight before that because they could have gotten an early pre-25 Mountain Soul.
Yeah, that would have been absolutely disgusting for them, but they still have the chance in the next 3 dragons, I guess.
Oh yeah, they do. They have plenty of chances too. So the next dragon will be spawning in about 5 minutes. So roughly or closer to the 38-minute mark, they'll be, or 30-minute mark, they'll be able to get another chance at Dragon 2. The collector is completed by the Samira, while we do see the BF sword and the Executioner's Calling on Tristana. So definitely trying to reduce all that healing too, as Renekton will be smacking away with his axe on the bot side too.
It's interesting that they do not have complex facing off against Axebane down in the bot lane.
But his teleport is down, which makes sense because Orianna does have the teleport and does proc the phase rush, already at about 60% health too right now. There's no MR on this champion, so right now just taking a lot of damage. And oh, that's going to be the Alistar being knocked over too. The set will have to.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe. That's a lot of damage coming out too, but Zero Kills will get the first set fight. That was a beautiful play. We're fighting all across the board too. And that's going to be Samira going in too. The Alistar does pop the ultimate too. And that's going to be, oh, the stopwatch going down. Zero Kills just jumps in, but Dankum does get on a killing spree before he gets popped by Conqueror.
What an absolutely beautiful
Alistar
Alistar play that was.
What are these spikes though? But the Alistar did make the play as you saw, but Orianna does have to play a little bit safe. Does not have the ultimate right now as it was popped in that fight down bot lane. They're really keeping the Orianna away from these fights. They're winning the 4v4 team fights because of the fact that they're able to kind of trade champion kills for kill. Oh, what a beautiful barrel combo though. That was pretty nice.
That's another reason why I'd like to see Complex facing off against Axebane in the bot lane. I mean, he does have the ult. He can win the 1v1.
And he has global.
Yep.
So even without the teleport, he can still impact the map too, because I'm pretty sure he already does have... I can't tell what he has on his passive. He has...
It should be Death's Daughter.
Yeah.
Yep, which is the large explosion.
Yeah, I can't tell what he has though. Which... Oh, no, he has Fire at Will. Okay, so he does have Fire at Will.
Hey, how do you tell that?
So if you click on his champion, it's the third next to the Crest of Cinders, because he...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it shows that... So I believe he will probably go for Death's Daughter here, because right now he only has 176 Silver Serpents. So right now he is nowhere near that second upgrade too. But he won't be. But this is the point of the game where he's able to get it pretty quickly too. Olaf does have the Ragnarok, so even if Lilia tries to jump on him, he'll be fine.
And I would like to see a 4th item, Spirit Visage, coming out of Conqueror here. He does need some MR finally to deal with the Echo and Lilia on him. Yeah,
already has a Thornmail on the staircase, so he's pretty tanky. But yeah, with that, and with the Orianna too, that's gonna be a lot of shielding and a lot of like defense, especially because Ragnarok does lower your defenses, so having that will kind of help out a little bit too. It looks like the Collector will be try to rush by the GP, as we do see the Lichbane coming out from the Echo. I think we mentioned it earlier that he wants to go on a little bit of the offensive side with the split push, so he will be going for that. We do see the Storm Razor finally completed for Tristana. We'll probably be going for the Mortal Reminder with the Executioner's Calling, because it does benefit really well too. Mountain Dragon, Mountain Soul is up in a minute. It's a 3k gold lead in favor for NBBC, so this is the point of the game where they definitely do want that Mountain Soul and to probably capitalize into a Baron if they can win the team fight. They do have the Orianna down 3 items on the gangplank now. He does complete the IE. That is big for this next fight.
Sorry about that.
If we can get
3 item GP is huge for this fight.
Definitely too. We'll be going topside. Does have the teleport and the cannon barrage, so they should be fine. They are clearing out the vision too right now too. Tristana does not get hit by the Lilia. Only the Alistar does. So, what do you like the lunar skins?
No.
No.
They're okay, but no.
Although the Shanghai Jin is is
Yeah,
bar
the Jin skin
none.
is pretty cool.
Yeah, the Jin skin is my favorite, of course. But then again, I'm kind of biased towards AD carry. We already see a third item GA from the
Yeah,
Samira.
that's very
That
interesting.
is, as they're going to be starting up the dragon on the for luck of the draw too. They're kind of pincered in. If they group up here, they could get Orianna Shockwave if they're not careful too. They're just poking them out, and that's going to be just one ultimate down. The Ragnarok will be going down too, and that's going to be the ult going down. The Shockwave cannot be pulled. The trigger is not pulled too, as the and they're going to be going onto the fight. Conqueror just go on a killing spree. Can he get the dragon? And they will get the Mountain Soul, and that will be pretty easy. But look at Conqueror on the top side. He's going for inhib.
Holy Conqueror was literally 1v4ing in there for like 30 seconds.
Alistar stops the recall. They should be able to get the inhib.
And that's Renekton and Neko on him.
Oh,
Jeez.
and they're going to be chasing down too, but they can't get anything else too. So they do get the Dragon Soul. And Conqueror just went big balls on that play. Killed the Lilia and got the dragon pretty easily. So that's Mountain Soul. That is big. The extra shielding on top of their champions already. This is going to be one big, scary Olaf to run down on the Samira.
Yeah, absolute madman right now. I mean, what was most impressive about that play was he managed to get the Dragon Soul without Smite. He used it on the dragon at 2500 HP just to keep his health up.
Definitely, too. And then we did see the Gore Drinker product as well, too. We do see the Spectre's Cowl, so already rushing towards the Spirit Visage as they're going to be trying to get vision on this Baron, looking for this Baron dance now. Shiro T and Queen Asuna are the lowest members, but right now it's pretty tied up in terms of levels across the board, too, as the Samira and the Set will be getting the kill. That's going to be the Shockwave going down. The Orianna, oh, what a beautiful Shockwave to get them disengaged, too. The heal does come out, too, as the Echo will be going in, but can't get anything else, too. Here comes the Renekton with the dominance, and that's going to be the Olaf just running into the team fight right now. Right now, the Blackcomb gets used, and now he's on the outside, but here comes Complex. He does have it as Conqueror will get the first kill of this extended team fight. The dominance is still on. Renekton is trying to go for the Orianna as he will get that kill, too. Complex does get the kill onto Matt Red too, as Samira will be getting a kill, and the Olaf, will get the stun. Can he get the kill? No, that's gonna go over to 0 kills. Samira, what are you doing? You're a little bit on the lower side. It's 3 up against 2. Dankum is half health, does have the Guardian Angel, but Renekton also has some healing too. What is Axmay doing? And 0 kills going down too. Here comes the ultimate going down, but Samira's will get hurt. Oh my god, and that's going to be the GA pop. That's going to be the shutdown onto the Olaf, and that's going to be the late ace.
You know, I stopped casting, or I started casting this, and I was kind of disappointed that I didn't get to watch LCS, but like, honestly, this seems like some LCS level stuff coming out of NBC. They're playing this so well.
Conqueror has been showing up in this jungle position since his swap, but he's showing he's got the bigger balls in this game right now, as they will get the 32-minute Baron here, and they will balloon their gold lead over to close to 7K.
And as we were talking about in pregame, this was kind of unexpected. You know, I was expecting Luck of the Draw to come out with this maybe 2-1. But NBC is showing up and looking absolutely disgusting right now.
Yeah, you talked about the fact that they went on a 4-game losing streak to end. I even called to kind of point myself out that, you know, I called the 2-0 based on recency. But to be honest, we also did criticize Luck of the Draw for their macro decisions, that they're very tunnel vision. They sometimes don't play the macro right. We saw it against on the spot when they lost to Minneapolis PD and that Wukong from Linny. And we also saw them lose against Mailbox's Angels, where they just got out macroed, and they couldn't do anything against the Ash pick and against Mailbox and LP Bandito in that game. So props to NBBC for playing the macro game. It looks like they really learned from those two teams respectively, and they're just capitalizing it so well.
Absolutely. Playing this macro game very well by NBBC.
4 items on GP, by the way, and he does... And he's really close to his 2nd upgrade, so I'm assuming he will be going for Death's Daughter on his Cannon Barrage upgrade. But he's level 17 with 4 items right now. Doesn't do that much to Echo, because the Echo does have the Hourglass, but... You gotta understand, like, they have so much zoning and zone teamfight potential, as the top lane will be pushing in shortly. The Baron buff, as the Orianna will get stunned up, but the Echo does have the ultimate, will pop it back over. And that's gonna be the Shockwave going in onto the Renekton to get them away from 0 kills. And that's going to be the set ultimate also going down too. Here comes Lilia. Sleep activating will get the kill on for and or luck of the draw as 3 kills are for NBBC. A double kill. Who has the bigger balls? And that's going to be Olaf with Conqueror. Conqueror with the Conqueror Olaf too. And that's going to be a 4-for-1. And this bot and hit will go down, but they're going to be going for towers. This could be game 1 going over to NBBC.
Absolutely. Oh, and looks like that is game number 1. Absolutely insane game out of NBC. Great play all around. And I'm super hyped for the next game or two after this.
Yeah, we're going to be going into a 5-10 minute pause, so we will be back as the teams will be getting a break. When we come back, we'll be talking a little bit about game 1, and we'll be going over what a great game 1 this was. So we'll be right back with some highlights and analysis from game 1. It's on his schedule. And oh, we're on pause. And we're going to be getting into game 2 here of quarterfinals. What a banger for game 1. MVP, I would honestly have to give it to Conqueror on that one. Conqueror just played out of his mind.
Yeah, absolutely. He played fantastically. Although I don't know who to give NBC the MVP for, because like I would say that everyone on that team played so well.
Yeah, I mean it's a slight edge to Conqueror, but you can also argue that Complex really played a weak side. Actually, no, you could all wait.
He
He
was
wasn't even
strong
really
side,
weak
yeah.
side. Yeah, he was strong side this game, but Zero Kills and Dark Queen Asuna played weak side really well. Surprisingly, despite giving up some few kills here and there, they weren't falling behind too far.
Absolutely.
So NBBC will be on blue side as we will have luck of the draw on red side. What do you want to see from both teams again? Or is NBBC wanting to be running it back, or do you want LOTD to be looking at bans from last game as Seraphine and Hecarim already insta ban? They didn't even give us 10 seconds to kind of talk about it. But the Rammus, again, another Rammus ban as the Darius will be banned against Complex.
Yeah,
So they're
same bans
really
here. I would like to see NBC run it back, whereas Luck of the Draw change up how they draft just a little bit.
does Denkin bring out the Jin? Is that going to be the better pick against than the Samira? Because it kind of felt like the Samira as a third jungle band to Talia. It kind of just felt like the Samira was really good but first picking that champion early with so much CC as the Vayne will get, that is
That's
scary.
interesting.
We've only seen one victory, and that was during All Stars, so that doesn't even count as a game.
Yeah,
That was the All Star game. But in terms of all the Vayne games we've had this season, there has been no wins.
there's been one win.
That was in the mod
I,
versus mod game.
no, I believe Luck of the Draw won once, I believe, on it.
Did they?
I believe so, early on.
That was probably early in the season then, because I
Yeah.
was a part of it too. As the Kaisa will be traded. This is the pick that I really like, though. Vayne into Kaisa. This is going to be the interesting matchup we have here, because in most bot lane scenarios, Vayne does really well as the Blitzcrank gets hovered and it gets locked in. We're going to see a Blitzcrank.
Absolutely. I mean, Shiro loves this pick. He seems very proficient on it.
Star Queen Asuna will be going back onto the Alistar as it does get hovered too, so that's already a deadly pick. We saw it last game how well it did into the mid game when it was just picking off some of the champions with the headbutt pulverize combo. But I really like the Vayne pick. I think Vayne into Kaisa. Sure, Kaisa can trade somewhat early, but once you start getting some items and some skill points into the Vayne and getting past that 15-20 minute mark, if Vayne is not behind, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, honestly, she scales really well. I don't really like it as a first pick.
I would like to see it picked up later into the draft, though. You're right, but the Grace will be hovered and locked in as the Udyr will get picked for luck of the draw, as we're going to get into the second phase of banning. So double mark already.
Udyr over Graves is much better for luck of the draw. Udyr is definitely a kind of pick into Graves.
Definitely too, because Udyr or Graves, his E is on a pretty long cooldown, if I'm not mistaken.
Graves?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Udyr can get on top of him and he out damages him early. Can farm generally quicker than him.
Axbane's Volibear will be banned as the Shen also gets banned again. I do want to. You did make a point though about first picking Vayne. Vayne is very volatile though, and the issue that I have with this pick being first is the fact that Damar sometimes mispositions. So that's going to be the key focus: is can Damar properly position himself during the final hour and play this champion right, or will he just get pulled and destroyed? Because that's going to be the scary thing, is if he's not careful, he's going to get destroyed as a Grog. It will be probably a Gragas top lane from. It could be Gragas mid though. We could see AP Gragas mid. That'd be funny.
It's probably a Gragas top lane. I think that's a great pick out of luck of the draw. So far, I really like their draft.
A lot of engaged and disengaged too. You do have the barrel coming out as the Malzahar will be hovered and locked in too. So they're already picking their mid lane for Kitaro.
Yep.
I would have liked to see the Oriana again, just because he did really well with the Oriana in the last game too. But this gives you a lot of lockdown. Possibly if the Kaisa does Killer Instinct into the back line too, that's going to be the other thing. Is I'm wondering when the ult will be used. But then you have QSS. QSS just gets rid of it, and then you're done.
Okay.
A lot of engage though with the Ornn right there too. So they already have the Alistar and the Ornn. A lot of beefy front line. No range though, but we saw it last game that they did have the range, which kind of helped them out a little bit. This game, little to no range.
Yeah, I mean, they absolutely do not need range into Udyr Gragas.
Right.
And we do see an Anivia being hovered.
This could be a lot of zoning here if they do pick the Anivia, and will they lock it in? That's gonna be the question. And they will, so the Anivia mid gets locked in.
And if you look at it, this is actually a surprisingly high amount of AP damage coming out of Luck of the Draw. So
Yeah.
I wonder what build path NBC is going to do to make up for all the AP damage.
Right, because you have the Kaisa, you have the Gragas, the Anivia, even the Udyr, if the Udyr does go AP. And the Blitzcrank even has some form of magic damage too. But this is going to be the most interesting game because there's a lot of magic damage, but they also have a really good mid to late game with the Anivia, Kaisa, and the Gragas.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at first I was really heavily favoring Luck of the Draw, but with the Malzahar Ornn being locked in by NBC, I actually do favor NBC, and I think they have a great draft here. I think that the Vayne and the Malzahar being able to burn through with the Leandries and Silver Bolts on the Udyr and Gragas is definitely a great boon for them.
If they make it past 30 minutes, you can argue that Natural Big Boys Club has the better draft and the better team advantage because level 14 Ornn, I believe, is or to his teammates.
Yeah, I think it's 13 for himself, 14 is when he gets his first upgrade for other people.
If Vayne's had 3 items with Rage Blade, Kraken Slayer, and Blade of the Ruin King with that upgraded Kraken Slayer, to see the press the attack on the Vayne just because there is a lot of tankiness on the side. You have Udyr, Blitzcrank, and Gragas, and PTA will be better at ripping through and proccing better damage. I would like to see that, but I do know a lot of the players really like Hail of Blades for some reason, which can work, but generally speaking, because you're already building a lot of attack speed, you don't need that benefit attack speed because you don't uncap it, unlike Lethal Tempo. So I would like to see PTA here for Vayne.
Looks like we are having a quick reset here in the lobby. Do I need to leave? Yeah, let me leave real quick.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Oops.
I was just giving them space in case they needed to.
Yep. Okay. There you go.
Right, you can invite me back real quick.
Yep. Are you in?
I'm not in.
Okay.
It says game no longer exists. Yeah, I'll relog.
Sorry, folks, for having some tech difficulties. It looks like somebody decided to. While we're waiting, I'm gonna go heat up my food real quick.
Yeah, I said I don't want any of this.
I keep thinking of the song. He's like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." Can we invite Henry? For spec purposes, or? Oh no.
Alright. Try setting invite again. I got nothing.
Oh, he somehow. Yeah, I'll. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I'll stream in Discord. Okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and stream it. There it is. Okay. Cool. Perfect. Alrighty, so we are back, and we have a special guest with us. We have Minneapolis PD jungler for On the Spot, who will be playing tomorrow.
Hello.
Uh, hello, sir. Did you watch the first game by any chance?
I didn't. I missed it. I saw everybody in the Discord, and I'm like, oh shit! I gotta stop everything I'm doing and come watch this exciting best of 3.
Well, right now it is NBBC 1-0 against Luck of the Draw, and you guys play tomorrow. So while we're waiting for everything to be redrafted, because we already have the draft up and everything else like that, you guys are playing, I believe, Lamar Jackson Fan Club tomorrow. So how excited are you guys to for tomorrow's playoff series?
Well, let me tell you, Nick. We've had better days, but we've also had worse of days. Tomorrow, BioStar will not be joining us, so it's gonna be weird. But that doesn't mean we're not gonna bust out all the stops.
I don't know the whatever sad music it is, but
That's quite the head to
definitely.
your roster. I mean, who did you? I mean, I don't know if it's decided yet, but have you picked someone else up yet?
We're still working on that.
Wow.
And that is unfortunate
Yeah.
to hear.
As a viewer and a caster, that's disappointing to hear.
Definitely too, especially because you guys had a really wonderful season. You were brought in after after your team's loss to Mailbox's Angels, and you've honestly been kind of the piece that's kind of hold their team together during the win streak. So it is a little bit of a loss too. But how do you feel with the AVG League and coming up into the season, coming into the playoffs?
Well,
Like-
I had the honor of meeting someone the other day who I was not a fan of. It was the league that you guys originated from. I got to meet the guy in charge of that, and Jesus Christ, I'm so happy to find a league that's run this way. Just meeting the guy for 10 minutes, oof, I'm very happy to be here playing with AVG. With our game tomorrow, I think this is probably going to be our hardest feat yet. If we can pull this off tomorrow, I have no doubt that we'll just win the whole thing.
Definitely, because you guys do have a kind of a tough road. Because if you do beat Lamar Jackson Fan Club, it's a rematch between your team and my team tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but for semifinals. And I think a lot of people will want to see Evil Mailbox against you, especially because you two have been arguably some of the top junglers. Intensify, one of the better junglers as well too. But we're surrounded by star-studded junglers apparently in this stream.
I think there's a lot better junglers than myself in the league in terms of solo play. I think where I've been excelling and that's been bringing a lot of success to OTS is more communication and organization and macro play.
Definitely too. I had to grab a fork real quick because I realized I made ravioli, but I didn't have my fork with me, so that's a tilter. But Henry, we want to have you look at the compositions too. NBBC is on blue side, and Look at the Draw is on red side. What do you like from both comps, and who do you think can take game 2 here? Because remember, NBBC does have match point.
I think Look at the Draw's team looks weird. I don't see a lot of synergy with these champions. I mean, I definitely see some strengths in it, but I feel like NBBC has a more well-rounded team comp in the situation.
So do you believe that NBBC can pull off the underdog upset here in the first quarterfinals?
I would like to go. I would like to go to 3 games just for some more action, but let's see if Luck of the Draw can pull it off.
What about you, Intensify? How do you see this
Yeah,
game?
same thing. I think the NBC will probably take this one just based off composition alone. However, Udyr is very strong and can take over games quickly, so you'll never know what will happen. Also, Shiro T Poison on this Blitzcrank looks extremely scary, and I'm kind of scared for Alistar and Vayne down the bot lane.
because they do have a lot of follow-up CC. Think about it. If Blitzcrank does get onto the Vayne, onto 0 kills, you have the Anivia stun, you have the stun coming in from the Gragas body slam, and then you have the Udyr. You're dead if you don't have a QSS or if you miss position as the Vayne. So that could be the turning point.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at the comp otherwise, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty straightforward front to back for NVVC. And like Henry said, I think, or Minneapolis PD said, I think that right now, Luck of the Draw's looking interesting with their team comp. They have strong picks all around, but synergy-wise, it's not really looking too great.
And we're going to go ahead and go into a pause as we're a minute 50 away from game 2. Will Natural Big Boys Club get the 2-0 sweep, get the broomsticks out, or can we get a game 3 as Luck of the Draw will be looking to get off the back foot and force a game 3? As we're going to be loading up onto Summoner's Rift here shortly. So we kind of noticed this out, both Intensify and myself, but the splash chart for Project Vayne and Bullet Angel Kaisa looked exactly the same.
Yeah, it looks like two people are playing Vayne this game.
Different skin designs, but like the splash art just looks. They have the helmets on and everything too, so it looks kind of interesting when you're first looking at it. As we're gonna see.
Interestingly enough, we don't see a stack or an invade out of either team this game, even though there is a blitzcrank in the game. If this was solo queue, red team would be invading 24/7.
I think, yeah, they do have a pretty good level 1 though. They do have a lot of form of CC. With like we talked about with the blitzcrank hook following up by the stun from the Anivia. But I think they just want to kind of get an early power farm lead. So standard runes across the board, we do see integrate with the electrocute. PTA is on the Vayne, God bless. But we do see double spellbook on both Kitaro and Complex.
Heck yeah. Now Complex, before he actually never even knew that you could run Spellbook on it. And I told him about this recently. Spellbook Spellbook Orin with the Ignite at level 6 or 7 can one-shot someone from like 70% health if you do the combo correctly. A lot of people don't know that. They usually just run Grasp on Orin, but this is a slightly more aggressive utility-based
especially
Orin.
especially in tank matchups too. Like you want to be trading into the tanks with grass too, but this is kind of a little bit more about saying, I want to be able to pull out the exhaust. I want to pull out the ignite. I want to pull out, the ghost to reposition. So it's a really good rune though for Complex, so especially because he generally does like playing around the team. He likes to. Even though we saw last game on the GP, especially here on the Ornn, when he's generally on a tank, he likes to kind of focus more on setting up for 0 kills and for Conqueror and Kitaro.
And interestingly enough, Axebane does go Comet, which is very aggressive. Usually you'd see a Phase Rush or Grasp.
Yeah, as we're going to see the Blitzcrank. He's already going to be hitting level 2. Does get the initial knockup, but will he get the Alistair? Yes, he will get the Alistair. Will that be first blood? The heal was already popped, and the Ignite goes down, and that's going to be Shio T. You talked about the Blitzcrank, and that's already a kill. And the Body Slam just missed too. Already half health too. The Ornn will not be able to do anything else as the stun does go down. Oh, that's always going to be an early electrocute proc. Malzahar does not have much mana unless he's looking for an early reset.
Sorry, my dog is going crazy.
You know what? The dog went crazy after seeing that kill from Shiro. That was a really good early level 2.
Absolutely, and that's just the difference between Vayne and Kai'Sa. And NBBC should have realized that they do not have the wave clear to match and should have got out.
And even though the gold did go over to Shio T, I mean, you have more gold to get your faster cooldown items, which is generally what Blitzcrank wants to build. Oh, what a beautiful hook. That's going to be the flash coming out too. Can they get anything else? No, Vayne does have to flash out too. So 0 kills will be going out. 2 for 2 on the hooks. If you're playing the lottery, I would bet this man can hit any hooks already.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I play the lottery, is by putting hooks into it and seeing if one of them can hit something.
Until you lose your house or something, but that's a whole nother story.
Can't lose a house if you don't have one.
Ah, that's true. That's true, as we talked about it. Graves is ooh, that's gonna be the double flash going over too. Anivia does have the early prio too, but Conqueror does lose the flash, as well as Matt Red. But you talked about the early trading potential. Will Blitzcrank look for a hook? No. But again, the jungle matchup, you talked about that the Graves was going to be a little bit in a different position in compared to the Udyr, because Udyr can just out-trade the Graves. Already up 12 CS too, so he's already up about, I'm assuming, 3 camps?
Yeah, 3 camps. And I've said this before about Graves, is yes, I do think he's a decently strong pick right now. However, he gets hard countered by Udyr. You cannot pick that champ if Udyr is left open right now. And they did, and we're already seeing what's going to happen.
Especially with how broken Udyr's been as of late.
Absolutely. See a slight gold lead in Complex. Complex's favor up top.
Yeah, he does have the early push and no D-ring. Yeah, it's interesting that he ran with the Dorn shield, but I think it's just because of the sustain. But then again, too, Ornn does deal damage that is unsuspecting damage, and I think that's why he went with the Dorn shield pretty early into the game. But
you can see he's running because of it, though.
Yeah, he does have the Comet. Does he have? So he does have the mana. Yeah, he has Manifold Dance. Yeah. Oh, here comes the Alistair knockup too. And that should be the kill for the Vayne. Will it be? The Ignite is going, and oh, Dankum lives with 75 health.
Wow.
But I mean,
Vayne
did get the early recall though, but the wave is pushing, so.
Yep. We do see a CS difference in the bot lane right now, but it should be evened up somewhat after this lane gets pushed down there.
But even with that early trading, It's double longsword now in compared to the Noon Quiver. So this is going to be the interesting thing. Is they will get the dragon, so that is Infernal.
Yep, Infernal's really big. It's much bigger for NBBC than it is for Luck of the Draw here.
Yeah, definitely too.
The more dragons that NBBC can...
Oh, that's gonna be the flash pulverize with the Hex flash. That's gonna be the ultimate going out onto gank him as well too. The heal does get popped, and that's gonna be the first kill of this fight, but it goes over to Shiro2 again. And they're gonna be getting the teleport from the Anivia coming out too. Here comes Ghost of Kataro getting the kill. Jankum will be going down shortly. And no, that would be Shiro2 going down shortly too. Double teleport as the Ornhorn will be coming out too. But the Anivia has a passive. Why are you trying to ult? That was just a waste.
Yeah, I mean, I think he thought that they could dive that, and looks like there was just a miscommunication there.
Kind
They
of
do
a
trade
waste,
teleport for teleport. I mean, it is, yes, it is somewhat of a waste for Complex to use ult, but it doesn't really matter in the long run, I don't think.
Both top laners does have the Bombies in there now, so as well as the Udyr. So despite the kill going over to Graves as well too, he's still down about 100 gold. As he is down close to about 20 CS.
Yeah, 4 camps. Make that 5 now.
Yeah, 5 camps. Slight CS lead and gold lead as Malzahar did get the kills. So Kataro will change the Ghost to the Flash as he did burn the Flash in that previous fight down bot lane. But this is an issue now where Vayne is not getting all the gold. Nice.
Yeah, and we see
That's a
Gragas
frustration headbutt, by the way, by the Ornn.
we just see Gragas doing what Gragas does best right now, is just be tanky as all hell. He does not die in these tank matchups.
Definitely too. And I want to go back to this Vayne pick, because right now I'm almost down 20 CS. And we'll probably go down a little bit more too. Does have the Noon Quiver as well too, but this is not going to be doing well, especially because a lot of the gold is not going on to 0 kills. He's down 700 gold already, despite having 2 assists, despite having the same scoreline. This is a very, this is a very behind Vayne right now. 10 minutes into the game almost.
Yeah, I'd say that he's decently far behind. I mean, 15 CS is 15 CS, but if he can just keep it there at 15 CS, he's okay. It just depends on how the game goes in the future. I think that, if he can get to 3 items, he'll out-damage Kaisa, but who knows if this game will even get there or not.
Yeah,
so far, it's decently even.
Yeah, it could. I mean, the last game, that game was almost about 35 minutes or so. As the Malzahar, oh, that popped the goes. A flash auto from Integray, and that's going to be the mid lane kill, a solo kill for Integray.
Man, I hate Anivia. That champ is gross.
Graves is bot side too, so Conqueror will be nearby. Does have the ultimate too, but will be spotted out by that pink ward, and will clear it out too as he drops his zone. Does have the Noon Quiver early, but 700 gold lead in favor of NBBC or Luck of the Draw. I'm still confused. Yeah, it is Luck of the Draw because Luck of the Draw is on that side. That condemn was horrible.
No, it was fine. I mean, you do that just to push her off the wave, so the wave will push up.
I was joking about it. I was just making a joke about it because every time I play or I see a Vayne player, especially regardless of what elo, and they don't know how to properly play Vayne, I just say Vayne spotting.
Ah, yes, of course.
Yes. So, and usually a Vayne spotting moment is when you just randomly use your condemn. Sometimes not even to push them off the wave like we saw there, but just because for no reason, or they just don't know how to use it to trade. Because condemn does actually proc on your 3rd silver bolt. For those who don't know. For those who don't know, actually. So that's a little tip of the day. Ornn is now switching over to the mid lane to face off against the Anivia. Alright. Ooh, Electrocute does proc.
Yeah, and I'm thinking his understanding of this is, well, I have Ignite and I want to use it, so I might as well go to a lane where I can kill someone.
But
So
the
he's probably gonna
Anivia
look for...
Anivia does have the passive though, so he would need
Oh, he just walks up and ignites.
For a moment, I thought I was like, man, they're really gonna go aggressive on Anivia, and I was just like, no. Oh, but they do have 3 people towards the mid lane. Nice job, buddy, with the ignite.
I mean, he's got to recycle it at some point to get his summer spell book moving.
Yeah, that's big dick energy right there. You know, you gotta establish dominance if you're the Ornn player. You know, you gotta be the paladin, mage, assassin, priest,
Yeah.
politician,
Warlock,
warrior,
burst, tank,
warlock, yeah, mage.
ranger. Yeah, of course. All in one.
Yeah, all in one. Sounds like an infomercial, like with Billy Mays, but wait, there's more. Interesting
Oh, he just
flash there.
flashes.
Yeah, that was Malzahar is nearby. It does have the flash though, but won't be going anywhere. But the rift will be going down, so Gragas is just gonna get free plates on the top side. See, this is where you want to get the grab, so you get to get the tower. But right now, ooh, does dodge? No, he doesn't dodge the silence. Remember,
Yeah,
it's oh, they are getting the Gragas in to teleport too. Here comes the Anivia. Oh, double stun onto the Malzahar too, and that's gonna be the ultimate going down. Wait! The Geo team will get another kill in this fight too, as the Blitzcrank will be slowly going down, and that's gonna be the kill. The double kill over, and that's gonna be 3 kills in this extended fight, as Conqueror will be ulted, but he will get the Dragon too. Will go down, so that's 4 for nothing. No, 4 for 1 and
yeah.
Dragon. 4 for 1. Oh my god.
I mean, the upside for NBUC is yes, they got Dragon, and
But
they got a
they-
shutdown on the Blitzcrank, I believe.
But
And
they
Blitzcrank
just gave
gets a double
kills.
kill.
They gave gold, which is important. Now you have a
Yep.
102 Gragas who's able to impact that fight. The casket was a really good one. It tried to displace the Graves from possibly getting anything there, but Star Queen Asuna does have Hextech Flash too, and we'll be looking to go over. I don't know if he can get the Anivia still has passive.
I
And
mean,
still has the
they can
wall.
get on top of her. They might be able to
Oh,
do something.
see, walls do work. Oh, and there
Alright.
goes the stun. Oh, but that's gonna be so much CC, and Integrate gets a kill. Beautiful roam by Shiro T on the Blitzcrank. 4-2-1, and now you have the scary 2-0-3 Anivia.
Yeah, and at that point, that's obviously miscommunication there. You know, if you're Conqueror, you're asking, what are you guys doing? If you're Star Queen, you're asking, what are you doing, Conqueror? And they're probably both sitting there looking at each other like, all right, who's going to roam to mid, who's not?
Oh, but speaking of Conqueror too, we'll be going topside as he will be going onto the Ornn, and with the Ornn onto the Gragas as he does get exhausted too. But they're just turning this back around, right back around, baby, right round, and Gragas will be body slamming onto the Ornn too. The wall, oh, block the Graves too. That was beautiful, but there should be fine too. The double, oh, what a double stun. There goes the casket. The flash does go out. Oh, what a beautiful flash body slam from Axebait. More fighting in the bot side too, and that's gonna be the Blitzcrank knocking up the Vayne too, and the Vayne will be popping a heal. Oh, Vayne is so close to dying. 120 health is what he has. Ooh, that's really close. Here comes the teleport from Complex. Oh, and here comes the Ornhorn. That should be the kill. Unless, oh, here comes the final hour. No, Kitaro steals the kill. I would have rather given that to the Vayne. Vayne needs that kill right now, but I guess you can give it to the Malzahar.
Yeah, might as well.
Teleport was expanded by Complex though, but that's more tower pressure on top side. 2-0-2, so some fights across the board, but kind of a win for luck of the draw. I don't know. What is your analysis of that overall?
I mean, what just happened, I would say that probably favors NBC just slightly. They're just trying to get into the game, and the more trades they take, the better.
But you do have more topside pressure now too, though. It's
Yeah,
15
it's gonna
minutes into
be-
the game. We don't even have a first tower yet.
They really need to get kills on 0 kills here to get him beefy so that he can actually start tearing down this this Gragas in the top lane. Otherwise, they're gonna have a really hard time dealing with him.
Topside blue tower has 2,000 health. Topside red tower has 4,000 health. But now the mid lane turret is under 1,400 and counting with the minions hitting it and with the Anivia as well. Now down to 12-13 left. So first tower, they could get it through mid lane. Rift Herald will be spawning, and they are looking to get it. But they are sacrificing bot tower right now. You do have the Blitzcrank and the Kaisa. They're just smacking it away. Do you like this trade?
Honestly, I mean, what is mid turret's health? Would it die? Yeah, I like this trade because they'll be able to get mid tower.
But first tower just gonna go over to the Kaisa. So that's 450 gold on the pocket of the Kaisa. Will now have a 1400 gold lead as the ultimate will be coming up on the Malzahar too. That's gonna be the flash ultimate coming in from Shiro T. And that's a beautiful, as the Ornhorn was called on the top side too. Gragas is collapsing. Here comes the Udyr. Udyr just gets a stun. Here comes the Casket. Beautiful Casket. Udyr's just running away. He run, but he gets so much shield. The Kaisa's on the back line. They get Kitaro in the back line too. Anivia still has the passive, the shutdown. Finally, 0 kills. Just get the first kill for the Vayne too. And that's 2 kills now. And that's going to be the Resurrect coming in. No, and that's going to be the shutdown. So many kills for NBBC, and they're going to be winning this extended fight. It's already can they get the triple kill? Yes, they will get the triple kill over to Complex.
I have no clue how they just turned that around.
How did they
It looked
win
like
that?
it was doomed for NBBC, and somehow they just come out with 4 of their members still alive, combo after combo into 2 or 3 people. And this Vayne pick got her Kraken Slayer and is just going ham in these team fights.
Yeah, definitely, and that will be the mid-tier 2 tower going down too. So the gold lead now 1,000 after being relatively close to about the 3K mark, and they will be going for Ocean Dragon right now. It is spawning. And it is up.
Exactly what you want to see if you're NBC. I mean, I would have been happy with 1 dragon this game. They have 3.
And potentially a 23-minute Ocean Soul, which would be huge because you don't have any tank shredders on the side of Luck of the Draw.
Absolutely.
I mean, you do have
Vanivia.
with the Anivia.
Regardless, I think
not a main pick, yeah.
I think, you know, Conqueror is 1, 2, and 6 right now, but his objective control has been on point this game. And last game too.
Yeah, they've been really focusing on getting that second Rift Herald too. They were willing to sacrifice their first tower, but they're just getting so much gold value out of these. And if you're a Rubber Ducky team and you see this and you possibly have to face NBBC, you're gonna have to be a little bit scared of them but I do believe that NBBC lost to Rubber Ducky team.
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I would be a little scared.
Can you fact check that for me, just in case? Because I think you have the opportunity to fact check it, just to make sure. Yeah, while we're fact checking that, just make sure, because it would be a rematch, and I think zero kills and NBBC would want to do that, but their macro play, a little bit shoddy in the early game, but their macro in terms of the mid to late game has been substantially better, as the Malzahar will be caught out too. The Nethergrass will not be used as a flash ult will be used. The Ghost does get popped by Complex, just so that he can get that on cooldown. They have 4 on top side. And that's going to be the Ornhorn going down. Alistar, that's going to be the Kadam going down too, and that's going to be another kill over to the Vayne. That's already a 3-1-6 Vayne. 90% kill participation, so getting a lot of those gold backs. Ooh, can Alistar... Ooh, does live, and they will get the tier 1 tower on top side. The shield does break too. And Malzahar goes down. Shiro T does get the kill though. But that's huge pressure on bot side as they're going to be smacking away on the tier 2 tower. But the Anivia is getting the gold out of it though, so I think if you're Anivia, you're fine because you could just like get some items right now because you're almost close to the Seraph. You know, you have to complete a tier in about a couple spells.
Yeah, if you're Anivia here, you're sitting pretty. However, I mean, you're still facing a 3-dragon Graves Vayne looking at you, so.
Yeah, potential Ocean Soul too, as a Blitzcrank will get the hook onto it, and that's going to be a lot of damage. Dankum does get the kill onto Conqueror, so for this first fight, Alistar will be flashing over for the flash override, and Kaisa will be ulting out of it too, and 0 kills is just using the final hour. He's able to get out of it. Will he be able to just flash over? Shutdown goes over to the Vayne too. The Malzahar will be getting the kill, and that's going to be the double kill back over to the Kaisa, and the Udyr's just running around, and here comes the Nethergrass too, and that's going to be the double stun. Holy God, and the double shutdown across the board. The double kill does go over to the Malzahar, but that's the ace over to Luck of the Draw.
I think that was a little too forced by NBC. I think it was a great play out of luck of the draw there to get that pick on the Graves, and then NBC
Oh,
said we can fight this, and turns out they
we
cannot
went
fight
from
that.
one ace to another, and we do see the Phantom Dancer coming out from the vein potentially soon. But we were talking about this, like they had the lead, and right now they just kind of gave it all back. Right now it's a 2K gold lead. Oh, that's a stud. Oh, they might be looking at a dead Graves. Axebane does get the kill as the Ignivia will get popped. Should be fine. Oh, will be fine. Will respawn just in time. The Alistar cannot reach. The Alistar ultimate does get used. Back you, heathen, says Anivia with the wall. I'm telling you, walls work. Just ask China about the Mongolians. Wow. Do you like the... I personally don't like the Phantom Dancer rush here. And the only reason why is because I really think you can go Blade of the Ruin King to kind of have a better sustained focus lane. Because you get percentage...
Oh, on Vayne.
Yes, on the Vayne.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Graves.
No. On Vayne, I honestly believe it should have been Blade of the Ruin King into Phantom Dancer. Or even into Rageblade. I really think they're early rush into the Phantom Dancer. The only reason why I personally don't like it, I mean, granted, it's not a bad item, like, regardless. Because you do deal the percentage max health damage, as the Alistar will be looking to flash over too. Here comes the Ornhorn, and that's going to be multiple ultimates going out too, as the Complex will be getting the kill. The Dragon will be spawning here. So that's a 40-second death timer, by the way. Already
That's a
22.
huge pick.
Yeah, 22 minutes into the game. They should be getting Ocean Soul, but...
And we do see Ornn upgrading
that's-
his Forge Fire crest here.
But that's double, as that's going to be the pick. Remember, Alistar has no ultimate. Denke will be getting the first kill. Here comes you. Oh, beautiful casket. Udyr gets a kill onto the Vayne, so they have no DPS right now coming in from the 80 carry position. And they're going to be looking out to the Malzahar right now. Double kill goes over to the Grave, too. But that's going to be the kill back over to the Gragas. So right now it's Axebane and Udyr. And the Gragas versus Graves. And the Orange should be able to chase him down, too. And that's going to be the triple kill over for Conqueror. Oh, that was so pretty. And that could be, unless Udyr gets the steal. They do have the... Oh, wait a minute. That's going to be the smite going down. Here comes the Anivia. It is back in time, too. Here comes the wall. Can they get the go? Blue team sealed it.
Oh my god.
So, oh, that was so close. Graves will be running around, and it does proc on the shield bow, too. Will be slowed by the ultimate, too, to flash out from the Anivia, and they won't be chasing any further. Complex does get stunned up. Ooh, the wall does go down, but nothing further.
Yeah, I say take that and run. I mean,
Oh, Ocean Soul does go over to NBBC.
NBC play that pick early, and then Conqueror getting on to Dank Kim was just absolutely huge.
I'm wondering if what the extra... Unless it's an IE Vayne, then you have no sustain if you're the Vayne right now, unless you're going Bloodline. But, I mean, you do have Ocean Soul, so who the hell cares if you what you rush at this point, too. They will be getting the Dragon, because Matt Red will be up in 2 seconds. They just burn this hella quickly with the Vayne, with the Silver Bolt, and with the passive, too. Coming in, and that's going to be 15. Oh, that was so close. And Blue Team will get the Baron. Oh, that could have been worse if they got it stolen. They're still down 2K, though. But they do have Baron and Dragon Soul.
No, that's probably a Rage Blade, right, out of Vayne?
You could that could also be IE. That's what I'm wondering. I want to see what Zero Kills is going to build out of this.
I would like to see a Rage Blade here, I think.
I really would like to see the Rage Blade too. Just because I think at this point in the game, you really want to amplify all that damage. Granted, you won't be able to get the IE, but you don't generally build IE on Vayne just because of the pure amount of damage she has anyways. Does get the upgraded Kraken Slayer though, so does have Wormfall and Sacrifice.
Yep.
So honestly, I think... Oh, here the exhaust does go down. Malzahar is caught out. Does flash. Oh my god, and Kitaro goes down. That was a little bit greedy.
Yeah, that's what Luck of the Draw needs to get back into this game. They need to find these picks where they can get them.
And they have they're not in position to defend this tier 2 tower right now. They have the wave clip going on in mid, and it's just going to be Vayne going in over for the red buff too, and Conqueror and Asuna will be moving up over towards the top side, but they won't get anything else.
Yep. And now for the viewers who are looking at the gold graph and saying, Josh, or Intensify, you know, why do you say that NBC has the lead when they're 3,000 gold behind? Well, They got 4 dragons right now. They got Dragon Soul. They got 2 Ornn items, and they outscale. Like they're decently in the lead right now, regardless of the gold.
So, by the way, I'm looking at the Vayne runes. She does not have Bloodline. She has Alacrity.
I think that's totally fine, honestly.
That is
As long as
fine.
you position correctly, the increased damage output is gonna shred these things.
I think Vayne has LS in runes, and she has Ocean Soul. She doesn't need to sustain this game. Yeah, it's mentioning, but in the general assumption, usually you don't really get Blade of the Rune King for sustain purposes. You get it mostly for the passive with the percentage health damage that it provides. So it's just mostly for DPS purposes. It's not really for sustain, because you can always just build Bloodthirster, as the Graves will be ulted too. Will be hit by the stun, and that's going to be the shield coming up on the Locket too. Graves could be going down a little bit here too. There's some fighting across the board. Here comes the Ornhorn. A multi-man knockup, and the Kaisa goes down. That's going to be the shutdown for 0 kills. That's going to be 2 kills for this extended fight for NBBC. And that's going to be the double kill for the Vayne. Can they get the triple kill? Yes, that's going to be the triple kill for 0 kills. And they're going to be looking to push a bot tower. Can they end the game here? There's some long death timers already.
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna see here is probably just a bot inhib.
Maybe just the inhib here too. But they don't have really a minion wave right now, as it's slowly creeping up behind. It's this slowly.
And they did lose their Baron buff.
This is for the first time in 20 minutes, in 27 minutes. This is the first time they have a gold lead, by the way. They are now up 1,000 gold and counting, as they do get this inhib tower, and will be getting the inhib.
Yep.
Hit it, Vayne. Come on. Like, the Vayne's like walking away and then goes back to hit it. Like, Jesus. Yeah, they only have 2 damage dealers right now, too. So this is... We were talking about it had to be an early game composition, but right now, we're getting to that 30-minute mark where the Vayne is probably going to... Oh, so that is an IE.
Wow.
Interesting.
Honestly...
Eyes, that's a big dick damage. Like,
I don't like it, but I can
either.
understand the thought process.
I don't like it either, but at this point, like, you could have gone You could have gone Stormraiser.
Nah, I don't like
Nah,
it.
not
I
even
would have
there.
just got more attack speed.
Yeah,
I would have just got Gwynsu's and said hell with it.
Yeah, that's a very interesting build with the IE. Generally speaking, you don't rarely build IE just because after your 3 core items, and 4 if you count not Pacific. Phantom Dancer?
Pacific Standard Time, of course.
Pacific Standard Time, yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is why we call 0 Kills somewhat of a coin flippy player, because he does have these interesting viewpoints. And you know, some days it works, some days it doesn't.
Like, I mean, we did see that Centipede as the Alistar will be going in for the Flash Bolt right. Oh my god, this Kai'Sa's just dead, and there's no other damage. Karker's gonna go on a rampage. It's almost 0 kills. That's gonna be the ultimate coming out. A double kill. That's gonna be the 4 kills. They could end the game and end the series.
Yeah, go to bot lane, say, hell, we're getting this whole damn Nexus. I mean, geez, that's a GG, I guess.
29 minutes. They came in as the underdog. But today, NBBC will be going on to the next round to face the #1 seed Rubber Ducky team, as they will win in 29 minutes and 35 seconds.
Wow. What an amazing series. Regardless of the 2-0, I would say both teams played amazingly, and it's so great seeing clean play like that right as the end of the season comes around.
Yep. Hold on, let me go ahead and stop streaming. My Discord's just being a little bit slow right now. There it is. All right. MVP for the series. I mean, so many to choose from for NBBC, but honestly, I would give it to Conqueror.
I would give it to Conqueror as well.
I think Conqueror played really well, got all those objective controls. You know, we saw him pulling up the team for top side of the map to get the second scuttle. And we saw a lot of the calls being made around. And honestly, you can even argue that Star Queen Asuna was the MVP for that series too. That Alistar in back-to-back games was phenomenal for the side. As I believe we will be getting an interview. We'll be giving a short break. I want to talk a little bit about the series, just to kind of go over it too. We kind of came into this series questioning whether or not NBBC had the drive after losing 4 straight games to kind of fall from first, second seed to the 5th seed, but they kind of turned it around. I think after All-Stars, we've been hearing that they've been scrimming a lot more and really wanting to practice because Complex has been talking about wanting to make sure they can beat. And I think Complex, I remember he was asking about how do you beat a team like Luck of the Draw as well too. So they've been really doing their homework.
Yeah, honestly, great drafts out of them, great play out of them. I loved what I saw, and I'm super excited to see their series against Rubber Duck team. I believe next week.
Yeah, next week is going to be another fire series too. For semifinals too, as we're going to be getting. Are we starting with the which winners? Okay, so we will be bringing in the winner here, as we will get 0 kills. Mr. Damar, congrats on the 2-0. You guys are moving over to semifinals. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling perfect. That's all I gotta say.
Definitely. Talk to me a little bit about the series, because we kind of were questioning a little bit about your guys' gameplay for the last few weeks. You guys have been struggling a little bit. You guys have been making roster moves across the board, moving Conqueror to the jungle, bringing in Star Queen Asuna as your full-time support. Talk to me a little bit about the team's cohesion for this playoff series, and also a little bit about your drafting.
Well, during the season, like we had our like we knew what we had to do. We knew our win cons from then, and then come around like after our 4th win, was it
5th?
Well, we had a little bit of troubles. Like our top laner getting banned, and we had to like go through a few roster changes, and then supports like just not around. So yeah, we had to go through roster changes then. But I feel we have it. I feel we have it set now.
Yeah, you guys looked amazingly. What about that game in or those 2 games in particular?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm shook. Dane Kim shooks me. He going against him is like the pressure is like literally on.
Yeah.
So I have to I have to truly perform, truly show my stuff.
Now we saw you pick the Vayne in game 2 after having it banned in game 1. Is this something you've been picking up recently? Because we know you've been kind of hovering more around to Tristana picks, the Senna we saw one game. You've been kind of going for these very different styles of AD carries as of late too. So what made you first pick the Vayne? Was it just because you guys knew you could have a better team fight, or was it just kind of like, hey, let's just go for a Hail Mary here for game 2?
Going against Luck of the Draw, we knew that Vayne is picker ban. Like first of the season, Vayne is picker ban. Whoever has a Vayne will have like their best game. So that's why red side we chose to ban it, because just in case they first pick it. And so in second game, we chose to first pick it.
Yeah,
and draft around it.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely performed on it. I mean, what exactly about the Vayne were you looking at to say this is must pick or ban?
Vayne is hella strong because at this meta, you got engages coming from support. You got Alistar. Like Alistar's like a huge contested pick, and Vayne's like one of the main counters. So we were mostly prepping for them to take Alistar, but they chose something else, so we just decided to take it.
Now you were talking a little about having to perform against Dane Kim. Now you go against One Above and Rubber Ducky team, the number 1 seed going into next week's semifinals. So how prepared are you guys have to be for that series?
Really, truly prepared. I haven't had the chance to go against One Above in a real series. I've went against him in scrims, but no, scrims don't really count.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's definitely a great player. I mean, we were talking a little bit about MVP for the series for you guys. Who would you say it was?
You know what? I'm gonna give it to my support, Star Queen.
Okay. Interesting. So we're giving it to support.
The best. He had the best engages and the best shot calling. Like really, just gets us through the game.
Yeah, that was our runner-up. We said Conqueror had really good games too. His objective control was on point.
Yeah, Unique really knows how to play around the win con.
And also shout out to Complex and Kaitaro for holding it down in their lanes, especially Complex in that first game. Really popped off on the GP.
Yeah, we made him strong side and we played for strong side.
Yep.
Definitely. Zero kills. We want to thank you for the interview. Good luck next week
Yep.
as you guys will be facing off against Rubber Ducky team. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
And let's go ahead and bring in luck of the draw.
I think we have Fred Integrate, right?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
It's Integrate, right? Just
Yeah.
okay, yeah, because your Discord name's different.
Oh,
Integrate, tough series for you guys. Unfortunately, you guys are knocked out of playoffs. Unfortunately, too. So,
Yes, sir.
talk to me a little bit about both games. Kind of like you guys looked really good in the early game for both games, but it just didn't translate well into the mid and late game. What kind of happened?
I think we just trolled a couple of fights, and like after I think there was like 2 fights where we got aced, and then they just got a lot off of that, and then yeah, after that they were just too tanky. In the second game especially, they were just too tanky. We couldn't really kill them. So yeah, props to them.
What's the plan going forward into the off season where you guys are going to be going into the free agency? Waiting for season 2. Are you guys just going to be solo queuing, or maybe even just practicing with each other, just so that you all can make each other better?
We do practice each other. No, I mean I wouldn't really call it practice. We kind of just play together. So we'll probably just keep doing the same thing. Just play together, and we'll see.
Yeah, because we might have the same teams next season. We might not. You guys might be on different teams, but just any reflection overall on the season?
Yeah, it was a fun season. Props to this enemy running what a great organization he has put together along with the mod squad. Appreciate all the hard work that especially you guys casters have been doing as well. Appreciate all the hard work that all the mod squad and everybody's been putting in. So yeah, definitely a really fun experience. I'm glad we could take part of this.
Definitely. Anything else from you, Intensify?
I'm sorry to get a little bit off track, but I kind of wanted to talk about draft a little bit with you, Integray.
Yes, sir.
So, one of the things that I was looking at was so the second draft, the cohesion seemed like you had really strong laners, but the cohesion in the team just felt kind of off in terms of champions. Kind of what was the strategy around like the Anivia and the Gragas and all that?
Yeah, I think we were just trying to pop off in lane. How they say, win lane, win game. So we were just trying to pop off in the lanes and then pop off in the game, and we won some of our lanes and then we just didn't win the game. So maybe next year we got to rethink our draft strategy a little.
Maybe win lane, win game isn't the draft strategy.
Yeah, maybe that ain't it, Chief.
That ain't it at all. But
all right, thank you so much, Integray, for being here with us this entire season and just this interview. And I hope you have a great night.
Good
Yep, no
season by
problem.
you guys, though. You guys had a good season, though.
Awesome, thanks, appreciate it.
Yep, bye.
Final thoughts, Intensify, as we wrap up our first quarterfinals of 1 of 2.
Honestly, it's insane that was our first quarterfinals. Such a great series, and it's kind of weird, that wasn't even like a finals game or a semifinals game. That was only quarterfinals, and I'm so excited to see, semifinals, finals games coming up. And I really hope we get as many games as possible to get these players playing,
Now, it is going to be a best of 3 for the semifinals as well, too. So, I mean, we're going to have 3 bangers of a game possibly next week, or maybe another 2-0 upset.
Yep.
Oh,
And we have, I think, On the Spot versus Lamar Jackson Fan Club coming up, I believe, tomorrow. And that's going to be really hype.
That will be tomorrow at, I'm getting the times, same time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. So, if you guys, because like I said, we did have Henry up here earlier. We did have Minneapolis PD, and they're really excited about that series. So, any early casting predictions for that one?
Yeah, I predict On the Spot. I mean, they're coming in as the number 3 seed versus the number 6 seed. I think that they've looked insanely strong. The only downside is I do think it will be probably a 2-1. They are losing their mid laner, and I'm pretty worried about who they're going to pick up. We know Biostar is an insanely strong mid laner, so it's gonna be tough. But I think it probably will be 2-1 On the Spot. However, Lamar Jackson Fan Club, they have insanely strong players, and they definitely could bring out a win. They could even bring out a 2-0. It's gonna be volatile.
Yeah, definitely too. And also the big question is, will Lenny play top or will Lenny play ADC? We don't even know that.
Yeah, or will she play mid? Who knows?
Yeah, that's yeah. That who knows? Mid lane Lenny bringing out a pocket pick something. Who knows? But catch us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, as we'll get our second quarterfinals, best of 3 between On the Spot and Lamar Jackson fan club. So bring your flair, bring your drinks, and if you're not watching Super Bowl, come watch us instead. This is Nikolai with Intensify. We are signing out for the day, and enjoy your Saturday.
Yep.
Keep breathing. It's what I tell myself when I get overwhelmed with this feeling. Cause I'm here by myself when you're with someone else. And ooh, they tell me not to try, but they don't know what this is like. Ooh, they don't know what it's like. No, it takes some time, but soon you won't be on my mind, and it will be alright. I'll fix this heart until I don't remember. I'll put me back together, put me back together, together, put me back together, together. I never thought you'd be just a distant memory. I buried it so deep. Now baby I believe if you wait a little longer, time it makes you stronger. It takes some time, but soon you won't be on my mind, and it will be